So does this number 15 feel any different to your previous wins?
It was different just having so many legends sitting there, especially, you know, Pete Sampras, obviously, you know, who's a good friend of mine and who I actually played here in 2001 at Wimbledon, and yeah, who I looked up to. He was one of my heroes, you know, and for him to come out only for me, because I know it was only for me, and he promised me he would come out if I were to break his record, maybe. It means a lot to me, and you know, playing under those circumstances is quite a different twist, you know, to just just playing tennis, and I'm very proud, of course, but records is just some part of tennis, you know. I play it more just because I enjoy it and I want to be out there, but it's not something you try to achieve when you're young, is to break records, you know. I mean, I know that, like Tiger Woods, for instance, he always wanted to break Jack Nicklaus's record as a little boy already. I didn't have that dream, you know, beating somebody's record when I was 5 years old or so.
In terms of your training, because I'm like really interested in what kind of training methods you do, because like we watched yesterday, it was an epic battle, fitness, physically, mentally. How do you prepare for that? What kind of regimes? Have you got any special regimes that you go through that you'd like to share with everybody?
Well, I mean, I practice hard. You have to. Gary Player said it the right way: the harder you practice, the luckier you get. I think it's important to have the right balance. I mean, you see our, you know, tennis body is pretty normal, you know, because we have to have a lot of endurance, but we have to be explosive, we have to be strong. So we have to do many different things. So I do a lot of weights, I do a lot of running, but then again, everything's pretty specific on, you know, what I do on a tennis court. So we do a lot of movement, you know, within a few meters, you know, of your body, and you know, a lot of small footsteps, but during a longer period of time. And then on top of that, maybe I'll add some tennis sessions after that, you know, when I'm already feeling tired, so I can emulate, you know, like a fifth set, not something 16-14 maybe in the fifth set, but something similar, you know. And I guess then the more you've been out there on the tennis court, the more you are ready to stay calm in the right moments and not waste any energy. And I think I've mastered that part, you know, of not wasting any energy on the tennis court. The one-handed backhand, not many guys do that anymore today.
That's what I just go nuts over. Like the one-handed backhand's ridiculous. Like you look at everyone else going grunting and stuff, and you're just like going, listen, man.
One-handed, and you know, and the old generation, they love it. You know, that I still have that old school in me, and that's maybe probably also one of the reasons I got such great support from them.
Being in the US Open, what do you enjoy so much about going there? And that's coming up soon, obviously.
Well, there's three things really. The city is amazing. I love being there. It's crazy city, but being there is just a dream, really. You know, like so much happening, never boring. Restaurants, the people you meet, and everything. Then I think the night sessions are spectacular at. You know, in Arthur Ashe Stadium, it's the biggest stadium we have in tennis, 22,000 people, you know, the ones on top, they can hardly see us play. It's like 2D, it's like bong, bong. You don't even know if it's a lob or flat, you know, but it's the most incredible atmosphere, you know, at the night session at the US Open. It's something very, very special. And then the New York crowd, I mean, they're very rowdy, very strong, very loud, and if they love you, man, it's the best thing in the world. And I got the great support for the last few years now, and I've been very lucky to get that.
You've got to start sharing that trophy, man. You're just hugging the trophy.
Yeah, that's it.
5 in a row now you've got there.
5, yeah, I'm going for 6, yeah.
Oh, good. So what do you envisage yourself doing after you finish tennis? What do you see yourself as?
Well, spending more time for, you know, my foundation, the Roger Federer Foundation, then also just being involved in some business way, you know, still being involved maybe with some sponsors here and there. Family, you know, make sure that's all going well. Yeah, and then tennis, maybe there's definitely something out there for me as well. I mean, I don't see myself coaching or anything, or maybe commentating yet, you know, but you never know where it takes you. But it's definitely at the time now where I start to think more about what's going to happen after my playing days are over, whereas a few years ago I still said, please just let me play tennis and don't talk about the afterlife of tennis. But I'm excited about what's about to come.